The secret meaning of Shiva's Trishula. What if one of the most recognizable symbols in the world has been misunderstood for centuries? Every year, millions of people see Lord Shiva holding the Trishula. Some see it as a weapon, others see it as a religious symbol, but very few pause to ask a simple question. Why does the Trishula have exactly 3 prongs? Why not 2? Why not 4? Ancient Indian philosophers believed that every sacred symbol carried layers of meaning. The Trishula is no exception. It is not merely a weapon forged for battle, it is a map of existence itself. Each of its 3 prongs represents profound truths about time, consciousness, human nature, and the universe. By the end of this video, you'll never look at Shiva's Trishula the same way again. Welcome to Echoes of Ancient Minds, where timeless wisdom and forgotten philosophies come back to life. What does Trishula mean? The word Trishula comes from Sanskrit. Tri means 3, Shula means spear or pointed weapon. Together, Trishula literally means 3-speared weapon. But in Indian philosophy, numbers are rarely accidental. The number 3 appears repeatedly throughout the Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, yoga, Tantra, and classical philosophy. 3 worlds, 3 sacred fires, 3 syllables of Om, 3 Gunas, 3 states of consciousness. The Trishula brings many of these ideas together into one powerful symbol. It reminds us that reality is not random. It is structured, interconnected, and constantly evolving. Let's explore the 6 most profound interpretations of its 3 prongs. First meaning: creation, preservation, and dissolution. Perhaps the most familiar interpretation is the cosmic cycle. The 3 prongs symbolize the 3 fundamental functions of existence: creation, preservation, dissolution. These are often associated with Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, but this symbolism goes beyond 3 deities. Everything in life follows this rhythm. A seed becomes a tree, the tree bears fruit, eventually it withers and returns to the earth. Civilizations rise, cultures flourish, empires disappear, even stars are born, shine for millions of years, and finally collapse. Creation is not separate from destruction. Destruction is not the opposite of life. It is the beginning of another cycle. The Trishula reminds us that change is not something to fear. Change is the very law of existence. Second meaning: past, present, and future. Another interpretation relates to time itself. The 3 prongs represent the past, the present, and the future. Human beings usually live trapped inside memories or anxieties. We regret yesterday, we fear tomorrow, and because of that, we rarely experience today. Shiva represents a consciousness beyond time, not because time disappears, but because awareness is no longer imprisoned by it. The Trishula reminds us that while time shapes the world around us, wisdom comes from seeing the whole journey instead of becoming lost in one moment. When we stop clinging to the past and stop fearing the future, we begin to experience life with clarity. Perhaps this is why Shiva is often called Mahakala, the great Lord beyond time. Third meaning: the 3 Gunas. Ancient Samkhya philosophy teaches that all material existence is woven from 3 fundamental qualities called the Gunas. The first is tamas. It represents inertia, darkness, ignorance, and resistance to change. The second is rajas. It represents action, ambition, desire, movement, and constant activity. The third is sattva. It represents harmony, wisdom, balance, and clarity. Every person contains all 3. Sometimes we feel lazy, sometimes restless, sometimes peaceful. Our thoughts, emotions, and actions continuously shift among these qualities. The Trishula symbolizes mastery over them. Rather than being controlled by laziness, desire, or even attachment to goodness, true wisdom lies in understanding these forces without becoming enslaved by them. The goal is not to destroy the gunas. The goal is to rise above their constant fluctuations. Fourth meaning: the 3 states of consciousness. The Mandukya Upanishad describes 3 ordinary states of consciousness: the waking state, the dreaming state, and deep sleep. Most people spend their entire lives moving between these 3 experiences. Yet the Upanishad speaks of a 4th state: Turiya, pure awareness, a state beyond thought, beyond dreams, beyond sleep, a silent witnessing consciousness. Many scholars interpret Shiva's Trishula as representing mastery over the 3 ordinary states while pointing toward this higher realization. The symbol quietly asks a profound question. If thoughts change, dreams change, and even waking life changes, who is the silent observer experiencing all of them? That question has guided seekers for thousands of years. Fifth meaning, Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna yogic and tantric traditions offer another remarkable interpretation. According to these teachings, subtle energy flows through channels called nadis. The left channel is Ida. It is associated with calmness, intuition, and the lunar principle. The right channel is Pingala. It symbolizes vitality, action, and the solar principle. Between them lies Sushumna, the central channel. It represents balance and spiritual awakening. When Ida and Pingala are balanced, awareness naturally rises through Sushumna. Many traditions see the Trishula as a symbolic representation of these three channels. It reminds us that true power comes not from force, but from inner balance. Sixth meaning, the destruction of the three cities. One of Shiva's most celebrated titles is Tripurantaka, the destroyer of the three cities. According to ancient mythology, three mighty cities became symbols of arrogance, ignorance, and attachment. Rather than destroying them through endless battles, Shiva waited until the perfect moment and destroyed all three with a single arrow. Many philosophers interpret this story symbolically. The three cities represent the invisible prisons within every human mind: the prison of ego, the prison of illusion, the prison of limitation. The Trishula reminds us that liberation begins not by conquering the world, but by conquering ourselves. Conclusion. So what does Shiva's Trishula truly mean? Is it the cycle of creation, preservation, and dissolution? Is it mastery over past, present, and future? Is it the balance of the three Gunas? The journey through the states of consciousness? The awakening of subtle energy? Or the destruction of ego and illusion? Perhaps the answer is all of them. Ancient Indian symbols were never meant to have only one meaning. They were designed to reveal deeper truths as our understanding grows. The Trishula is not simply a weapon held by Shiva. It is a reminder that wisdom comes from balance, freedom comes from self-mastery, and transformation begins within. The next time you see Shiva holding the Trishula, remember, you are not just looking at a sacred object. You are looking at thousands of years of philosophy, meditation, and timeless insight condensed into a single symbol. If you enjoyed exploring the hidden wisdom behind ancient symbols, subscribe to Echoes of Ancient Minds. Leave a comment sharing which interpretation of the Trishula resonated with you the most, and tell us which ancient symbol you'd like to explore next. Until next time, keep questioning, keep seeking, and keep listening to the echoes of ancient minds.